There are a few stereotypes that appear to circulate regarding each personality type. These myths are caused by the flow of information that lacks real or relevant details. People get these beliefs from one person they know or from not going deep enough when it comes to understanding someone. There are numerous misconceptions linked with each of the Myers and Briggs personalities in the realm of typology. However, one personality type in particular appears to receive the most attention, the INFJ. The INFJ personality type, considered to be one of the rarest of the 16 personality types, is described as unusual and fascinating. Some references go so far as to construct an entire romanticized narrative around the INFJ, making them sound far from real, which can lead to a slew of misconceptions. Today, I will clearly separate facts from fantasy and talk about 5 ways INFJs defy the stereotypes. Be sure to watch till the end of this video. I'm confident it is going to be eye-opening and give you a lot of clarity for both INFJs and those who aren't INFJ. Let's get into it. Welcome to Success for Breakfast, where I'm serving up brain food made simple. Hit that subscribe button to get the latest videos created to give you the tools to level up your life. Starting things off for me today is INFJs are not always super empathetic. INFJs have a reputation for being very sensitive to other people's challenges and problems. After all, they're called counselors or advocates for a reason. However, this doesn't imply that an INFJ is always eager to assist and nurture other people. Most INFJs are aware that they can be too courteous for their own good in some settings, but they can also appear frigid and cold to others who are unfamiliar with them. True, INFJs have extroverted feeling as an auxiliary function, which gives them a broad knowledge of other people's feelings and needs. However, it's vital to remember that an INFJ personality is characterized by their introverted intuition. This means that most of the time, your INFJ friend is more interested in big picture concerns than in solving your family problems. They can indeed be compassionate, but only to a point. Their focus is on the greater good of everyone and everything, not necessarily a singular point of view. Next up is that INFJs do actually crave recognition too. One of the things that most people are surprised by when they learn that someone they know is an INFJ is how much they despise being interrupted. Most INFJ personality types have now trained themselves not to be affected by it, but it still drives them crazy when people start talking over them, especially if the topic at hand is something they are very passionate about and are very knowledgeable about. This is because INFJs are renowned for being excellent listeners, so you might not instantly link this personality type with a desire for attention. However, there is a significant difference between desiring acknowledgement and being an attention seeker. INFJs are very private people. When it comes to their own values and interests, though, they want a thorough understanding. It's a bit of a conundrum, to be honest. They are bad at complimenting themselves, but want others to notice when they do well. Also, as we know, an INFJ can be introverted, but they prefer people who understand their fundamental motivations. In essence, they are good listeners, but they also need recognition, as long as it's the right kind of acknowledgement and not just recognition for the sake of attention. If you've gotten some value from this video so far, please show your appreciation and hit that like button. That signals to YouTube that you think other people could benefit from this video too. Number 3 on my list today is INFJs appear relaxed and comfortable, but that's only on the surface. As it happens with many introverts, people have always described an INFJ as quiet and soft. Most people who know an INFJ would call them the Zen member of the group. Apparently, to their eyes, they exude an infectious air of peace and calmness. What most people probably don't understand, though, is that their minds are racing all the time. INFJs may appear calm and collected on the outside, but there's a lot going on within. It's no secret that an INFJ personality enjoys spending time in their own little worlds, but sometimes it can feel like their brain is always in multitask mode. As with most INFJs, their minds are constantly wandering. They can be having a conversation with someone while simultaneously analyzing their body language, thinking about how they perceive them, or even briefly musing about what they'll have for lunch. Most of the time, other people may not even be aware that they're having all of these thoughts at once, but they do come up all the same. In the runner-up spot is INFJs are not the most outgoing of introverts. Another misconception about INFJs is that they are the most extroverted of all introverts. While most INFJs may relate to being mistaken for extroverts on occasion, I wouldn't go so far as to claim that INFJs are naturally more outgoing than their introverted counterparts. Because INFJs have extroverted feeling as their secondary function, they are frequently extremely sensitive and tuned in to the emotions of others. They are usually able to read between the lines and empathize with what others are going through. However, this does not imply that your INFJ friend will be comfortable initiating a discussion, especially with someone they don't know well or at all. In truth, extroverted feeling is also about conforming to social standards and fitting in. INFJs are often concerned with what others think of them and fear making a fool of themselves. So yes, INFJs can be talkative and enthusiastic with people closest to them. However, in large and unfamiliar social environments, this personality type will rarely take the lead. What are some of the most common stereotypes that you defy as an INFJ? I'm sure there are a number of them. Please leave a comment and tell me your experiences below. Topping my list today, and the number one stereotype INFJs defy, is no, they can't predict the future. This has to be one of the most weird myths associated with the INFJ, but you hear it all the time. I'm referring to the supposed ability INFJs have to accurately predict the future. I hate to bust anyone's bubble, but it's simply not true. The main function of an INFJ is introverted intuition, yes. This means they spend a lot of time thinking and love intellectual stimulation. An INFJ's mind works by seeing patterns, fitting the parts together, and making conclusions. However, this does not imply that INFJs can foretell the future or have a more expansive vision than other people. In reality, the reverse can happen. When an INFJ has an intuition about something, they can become so fixated on it that they lose out on what's right there in front of them. An INFJ's universe is always full with possibilities and ideas, which means they frequently think far into the future. They don't respond well when their intuitions are challenged, which can cause them to miss what's going on beneath the surface. This is because INFJs rely heavily on their introverted intuition. Out of the two personality types whose dominant function is introverted intuition, INFJ and INTJ, it is the most powerful for an INFJ. This is a direct result of their combined unique and exceedingly potent blend of other cognitive functions. This video is going to take a deep look at why an INFJ's intuition is so amazingly powerful and how you can utilize it to its full potential.